everyone, I'm Neat Sahone, and it is Thursday, and that means it's time for another draft video. I post one every week, at least on Monday and Thursday. The last few weeks I've been able to get an extra one in. This may be the last week I can do an extra one for a long time, though. Semester's about to start and everything, and teaching kicking into full gear will probably prevent me from doing more than my usual too, but it's been nice early in this format to get a bunch of extra drafts in. I like this format. Was a little cautious because Dominaria was so incredible. And admittedly, this isn't as good as Dominaria, but it's enough different from it. And it's enough different from anything we've done in a while that I like it. I think some people don't like it because it's not a super heavy synergy set, and synergy can be a lot of fun. But it's sort of a nice, refreshing thing to just be able to draft Magic kind of the way Richard Garfield intended, as they say, just draft a good curve and removal, and your deck can be pretty good. And the other thing about this format that hasn't been true in a while is that, basically anyway, move this over here, is that every sort of deck is a viable one, and by every sort of deck I mean aggro, mid-range, and control are all viable, and that hasn't been true in a while. In Dominaria, aggro wasn't very viable, which, was fine with me. I like dirtily decks more anyway. And in Amonkhet, maybe it was a little more true there, but Amonkhet was still pretty dominated by more aggressive decks, and Ixalan certainly was. So I like this set because there's a lot of replay value in the sense that you can be really aggressive, you can be a grindier deck too, and you can do okay. Anyway, this pack. So Heroic Reinforcements is a very, very strong gold card. It's a great reason to be in like a red-white aggro deck. There's also an Electrify here. Those are really the only two choices I would consider. Take Vengeance isn't great. I mean, it's a fine removal spell, but you don't want to first pick it. Gallant Cavalry's in that camp too. Those cards are fine, but I think I'm going to take no, I'm not. I'm going to take the removal. I was tempted by Heroic Reinforcements, but I managed to not take it, which could end up being the wrong choice. So we have another gold card here that does happen to be in one of the colors of the card we already took, and I think I might take it. He's not incredible, but he's 4 mana 3/3 menace is already fine, and if you can synergize with him, he gets to be pretty funny / good. I think it's an easy pick here. This is a weak pack. Like if this were pack one, pick one, obviously somebody took a murder or something out of it, a really good uncommon. But if this were a pack one, pick one, I think I would still take Brawl Bash Ogre because this pack is that bad. I'll take it. Ooh, I do love me some Vampire Sovereign, Flying Siege Rhino as I call it, which obviously is a bit hyperbolic, but it's pretty good. Rabid Bite's good too, but I do think Vampire Sovereign's just better. I think you take it over basically all of the common removal and some of the uncommon removal that's not named Murder. It's a good threat in the air, and it always gives you value because it drains your opponent for 3. It's like a huge version of Skymarch Bloodletter basically. So we'll take the Sovereign with Rabid Bite I think being next on the list there. Okay, so this is something that synergizes really well with Brawl Bash Ogre and other sacrifice things, and I also think it's a solid card. It has a weird effect in that most of the time people just decide not to attack you. It depends on the board state. If they're way ahead of you, don't care, but if it's like at parity, giving you a 2/2 fire-breathing flying dragon often is not a good idea. So it ends up being sort of a defensive card, but if we have Brawl Bash Ogre and other ways to sacrifice it, it gets to be a lot better. And Dwindle's okay. But I think it's pretty clearly Dragon Egg for us. Wouldn't mind Havoc Devils in the end, but we'll take the egg. Oh, man. So there is a Spark Tongue Dragon here, but I think I got to take this Heroic Reinforcements that's here this late. I don't see the other one wheeling, but if it does, we've got to think about some things. I mean, we could try to splash it too. I mean, there are, the Spark Tongue Dragon and Two-Headed Zombie are both fine, but they don't have a high ceiling. They're just fine cards. Heroic Reinforcements is ridiculous. So I think we take it and see what happens. I doubt the other one wheels, but if it does. Okay. Weak pack. I like Rise from the Grave okay. I don't love it. It's so dependent on what your opponent has in their graveyard and what you have in your graveyard that it can just be a dead card for so long. Still, I think it's probably better than Onake Ogre. Now, Gallant Cavalry, on the other hand, is probably better than Rise from the Grave. And we could think about pivoting here. Because it's not like the black cards we're seeing here are great. I think this is just the best card in the pack. I think I'm going to take it, and we'll see what happens. Really wish I took that Heroic Reinforcements now. Of course, as I said, could happen. So Thud is interesting if you have several good sacrifice effects, and if we do end up black-red, Active Treason is going to go way up in our deck. So it's worth considering. Hostile Minotaur is okay. I feel like Thud is more upside. Abnormal Endurance actually is probably what I should take. Yeah, I mean, we already have one creature with a enter the battlefield trigger that can trigger again, and another creature that can come back after making an egg. Yeah, I think that was right. Okay, here we'll take Hired Blade. He's perfectly fine. Flash him into kill stuff. He's got decent stats. Okay, so we have another Cavalry, but obviously Heroic Reinforcements didn't come back. You know, we could still try to make it work ourselves, but, you know, and taking Gallant Cavalry would be another good piece of that. But I think there's the perfectly reasonable Hired Blade here, and I think we just take that. Yeah. So Infernal Scarring is another card that gets better, like if you have evasive creatures and stuff, but it's not a great card. I mean, I think it's what we take just to cut black, but would I rather have a two-headed zombie or a Cinder Barons? The Barons opens up the actual possibility we could try to splash Heroic Reinforcements, which obviously sucks with Dragon Egg, but it's good with everything else. I think we take the Barons. Zombie's fine, but it has sort of underperformed. Oh, this did come back. I think we take it. Ugh. So bad. I've seen people playing it, and I don't understand why. Sure. I mean, ideally we cut Hostile Minotaur, but for now. Okay, so Sai's awesome if you can build around him, but that ship has sort of sailed for us. This pack has a hard choice, mostly between Gravedigger and Strangling Spores. I would love Doom Dissenter to come back. It's great with our Ogre. But Gravedigger's great, but do you take it over a good common removal spell? We already have, it's good with Brawl Bash Ogre, it's good with Vampire Sovereign, it's good with Dragon Egg to a certain extent. But I think we probably take the removal. It's a hard choice for sure, but Spores it is. I'm going to take the Cinder Barons and put it over here for now. Ooh, Demanding Dragon, yes please. He's ridiculous with Abnormal Endurance. So there's also a Lich's Caress here, but Demanding Dragon's better. It sucks that this pack has to have a Lich's Caress and a Plague Mare, both of which I would love, but we definitely take Demanding Dragon. It's one of the biggest bombs in the set, and it's pretty easy to take there over those things. Another Abnormal Endurance, Tormenting Voice, basically the same reaction, and Highland Lake. Basically the same reaction. None of these cards are really great. I think it's more likely I play a second Minotaur than a second Abnormal Endurance. There's a Diamond Mare who's like a thing. And we may end up with reasons to gain life when we already have one way to do it. And we already have a lot of 4s, so maybe we don't want to cram another Hostile Minotaur. Maybe it's just Tormenting Voice, though. I mean, it's fine. I think it's just Tormenting Voice. Do you want a third pick, Tormenting Voice? No, but it's okay. There wasn't really another choice there. So Departed Deckhand's great. So here we have a choice between Goblin Instigator, which is a good card and works well with Brawl Bash Ogre, and if we pick up any other sacrifice synergies, or Stone Quarry, which pushes us into more being capable of splashing the reinforcements. I think we take the Instigator. It's close, but... Okay, so Digraph Cool, Doom Dissenter, Neonate. I think we want the Dissenter. So we definitely would like to pick up some more sacrifice synergies the way things are going. We're picking up cards that are good with them. And these are both good. I mean, fine anyway, too. But I think Doom Dissenter's better. Sif's great. If you end up in one of the grindier blue decks, it is a nice way to get ahead. Okay. So Vampire Neonate's not bad. It's definitely better if you have ways to take advantage of gaining life. Would I rather just have another Havoc Devils? I mean, I would rather have a Havoc Devils and a Hostile Minotaur. I think that's like a strict upgrade. So I think we can take it and just cut that. Bookcase isn't terrible, but... Ugh. Well, Macabre Waltz is actually pretty good, but the fact that we're seeing so few black and red cards is worrying me a little bit. Blue is looking like I should have been in it. Okay, well, so we have Spark-Tongue Dragon and another Instigator. I think I'll take the Dragon this time. Instigator is nice, especially with Brawl Bash Ogre, and if we pick up like the Harpy and stuff, but the Dragon's perfectly good. You know, and if we only have one synergy for Instigator, I'd say Spark-Tongue Dragon is better most of the time. And part of the problem is, like, we have Thud, right? But Thud is so mediocre with some of the creatures that are good for sacrificing. It's horrible with Dragon Egg. It's horrible with Goblin Instigator. Yeah. So we'll take Diregraph Ghoul here. Nice little 1-mana 2/2. Okay, here I think we take an Act of Treason. So we've only got one way to really abuse it right now, but I think we can find more. And I think I would run one in this deck as is anyway. Onake Ogre's fine, but I think Act of Treason will do what we want it to. So I think I take a Highland Lake here over the Minotaur in case we open something blue that we really want to play. So I would like to see some Harpies in this last pack because our deck has sort of the nice base for sacrificing crap, but we only have one way to do it. So seeing more of that would be good. Oh, Stone Quarry. Okay, well, take a Crash Through. Yeah, the artifact deck, people aren't interested in it, I guess, with those two cards still there. It can be, I mean, Sai was in that pack, so that's a little surprising. Ooh, Hieromancer's Cage, too. Probably take Lich's Caress. We don't have to splash it. And we're probably going to splash white anyway, but splashing one white card is definitely preferable over splashing two. So yeah, we take the Caress. It's a great removal spell, and it's what we want. Hieromancer's Cage is great too, but I think I just want to splash the reinforcements. Okay. I think we only have one Goblin at this point, but Trashmaster's not bad. There's also a Shock, though. And a Strangling Spores. And a Volcanic Dragon, all of which are intriguing. So Goblin-wise, we have Instigator, and I think that's it, right? Yes. He's a 4-mana 3/3 that can blow up an artifact, like in a worst-case scenario, which isn't the worst. The question is Shock better than Strangling Spores? I think given the removal we already have, I do want something like Shock. All of our other removal kills bigger things in the later part of the game, and this kills something early. So I think I'd take Shock here over Trashmaster and Volcanic Dragon. I like the Dragon, but it's not like we don't have good flyers already who can win the game for us. So I think I'd take Shock. I think there's going to be some comments saying I should have taken the Dragon, but I feel good about what I did. So, yeah, I'll take an Electrify here. Could take Rupture Spire to make splashing easier, but Electrify is too good. Too good. Oh, man. Sarkhan's Unsealing. Why didn't I get you earlier? I want to build around it so bad, but I never can. I don't even know if our deck has 1, 2, 3. And that is it. That is not enough. We should have taken every Onake Ogre we saw. Then we would get there. So maybe Goblin Motivator. This pack is not... I mean, maybe I take the Unsealing like on a flyer and try to see what I can piece together here late, but... yeah, maybe that is what I do. It's not like this pack is offering a whole lot. Sure, what the hell. Okay, there's a Thud, which gets better when you have Act of Treason, but we've only got one, and we don't have, we have creatures who are okay with it, but nothing great. But what else am I going to take out of this pack? We're at, just say it again, a Hostile Minotaur. I think Thud has a higher ceiling. This is going to be my second deck in a row that has not that many creatures in it. Oh, there's an Onake Ogre. Yeah, I think we take it. If we can get like 4 Onake Ogres late, be great. Good green cards, mediocre red cards. Our deck may not even want heroic reinforcements. We're not running that many creatures. We'll see where we end up, but I guess I'll take a fire elemental. I'll take a goblin motivator. And a catalyst elemental. Yeah, at this point, I'm not sure. I don't think we splashed the reinforcements. Sadly. And we probably cut Thud and Fire Elemental. And that's our deck. Ooh, the Trash Master came back, actually. I think he's probably basically an upgrade over Havoc Devils now. Well, maybe not. We don't have that many more goblins than we did at the time, do we? I just don't want this many 4s, and I'm not going to take out Electrifies or Strangling Spores or Brawl Bash Ogre. So it comes down to, is Trash Master worth running over Havoc Devils? Take a Duress. Or do I just put the Trash Master in my sideboard? Against someone who I even see 1 artifact against, I do think the Trash Master is better. But against everyone else, well, there's another Goblin. Question is, do I want to run another Goblin Motivator? It does make my choice easier. Because I think I can officially say I'd rather have it. Yeah, so let's cut a Havoc Devils. It's not like we're running Sarkhan's Unsealing. And I keep coming back to Act of Treason. I don't think our deck has enough ways to abuse sacrifice. All we got is Brawl Bash Ogre. And yeah, the time we go Act of Treason, steal your creature, attack, sacrifice it to Brawl Bash Ogre will be awesome, but it's just not going to happen enough. So I think I'd rather go with this. The question becomes, though, do we want to splash this? We're going to run the Cinder Barons either way, obviously. If we do want to splash this, we have to cut a card. The problem is we don't have that much. I mean, we can definitely end up with a board where it's ridiculous. Like, we have 3 1-drops, we have a few 2-drops, we have, some 3s. But our we don't have a huge concentration of our creatures down here, so I don't know how great it's going to be. I mean, honestly, on its own, it can be pretty strong. And if you have 2 or 3 other creatures in play, it gets to be really strong. So maybe we cut Tormenting Voice. Yeah, let's do it. I think this is worth it. It is another 4, but I think it's worth it. So we play 1 Plains. Yeah, and then we have 9 sources of red and 7 sources of black. Oh, we have 10 sources of red even. Yeah, we can go to 7. Maybe even go higher, because we've got 9 sources of red right now and 8 sources. 9 and 8 is probably fine. We do have 2 double blacks, but they're at 5, so I think that's probably okay. All right, I think this will be our deck. I'll see you guys in our first match. All right, we're going into our first match, and I would like to play first. And this is not a great hand, but it's not a bad one. Oh, wait, we don't have any mountains. It's bad. Never mind. Yeah, we're going to mulligan it. If it had a mountain instead of one of these, I think it would be keepable. Still not a great hand, but keepable. Whew. I think this one is a keep. We do get to scry, and we do have a land on top, and that makes things a lot better for us. Probably lead with Goblin Instigator. It's more likely to get in for some early damage. It and its friend, anyway. So, yeah, we'll play the Instigator. We would like to hit more lands here. I believe in us. Yeah, no 2-drop out of them is good. Especially because we are stuck on 2. But we'll get in for 2 here. And I think I play Doomed Dissenter. Not that I can do anything else. So, Dissenter it is. But, you know, we have 2 3-drops and 2 4-drops in our hand. It's not exactly a stretch to reach the mana that we need. Crap. He says to reassure himself. Okay. Well, at least this can attack into those things, right? But yeah, we're in trouble. I mean, they're just going to play an army of flyers now, I'm sure. Luckily, our board does sort of keep them in check from, like, attacking really hard. Question now is, do they have a way of pumping Aven Windmage? If they do, it would be pretty backbreaking. If they don't... See, what I'm thinking is if they like played a bounce spell and blocked, it would be pretty devastating. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I think I'm just going to go for it with this Diregraph Cool. Disperse is going to suck, but, you know, I'm still sort of trading 1 for 1. And if we're just getting a straight trade, I'm fine with it. I kind of doubt we are, but if it's Anticipate, it is Disperse, as expected. So yeah, they probably target our Goblin token. So it's like a 1.5 for 1. So they're not getting like insane value at least, but yeah, I mean, it's not awesome. If only I had had mana for that Electrify, huh? So I think we just leave Hired Blade up. Not that we can flash it in and block any of these things. But I think that's better than Dragon Egg right now, just because these are all flyers. Yeah, attack for 7 in the air. Sure. We need to get our Demanding Dragon out there, that's for sure. Oh, good. So, black, blue, skies? So it seems. And yeah, I think I flash in Hired Blade. Not that it makes much of a difference here. And so that's 4, 6, 9. Yeah, we're just dead in the air. All right. I mean, you know, not the best reflection of what our deck could be capable of, certainly. So, flyers. Is there any... Do I have any outs? Not really. I mean, I have my own flyers, but I don't have a ton of them. But they do block most of their flyers well. Yeah, I mean, we don't have anything we can change, really. Not Duress isn't worth bringing in here. I don't even think we saw anything except a whole bunch of flyers, so... Okay, I will play first again. This is a much better hand. Because I'm not playing anything on turn 2 anyway, I think I'm going to play the tapped Stone Quarry. I mean, yeah, maybe I miss out on 1 damage, but I think in the long run it's better for my mana to just not play Goblin Motivator on turn 1. If I had a 2-drop, maybe I'd be more motivated, and maybe I'll draw 1 and be a little frustrated, but I think that's fine. Nope. So, you know, now we can, of course, it's better with Hired Blade to just leave the mana up and flash it in. So in most scenarios, it basically has haste in that sense. So that's probably what we'll do. Ooh. Well, I think now we just go for the damage here. There's a chance they have Essence Scatter, and that's fine. If they do. No, just Anticipate. So we're going to crack in for 4 here. That's pretty nice. We do have 3 of our 5 drops, so hitting more lands would be ideal. So give the Ogre haste. And attack for 4. So yeah, if we can just draw, ideally, a swamp, a couple swamps, whatever, lands, we're in pretty good shape. Okay, Aviation Pioneer is annoying, but it does have to block, both have to block our friend Onake Ogre to take it down. So here's a situation where maybe playing Hired Blade is just better. I think it probably is, instead of flashing it. So we'll just play Hired Blade here. Tap, give it haste, and attack with both. Either way, they have to double block to kill them, so... Looks like they will. I mean, it's just a 1-for-1. It's not... It's a double block. It's not as valuable as most, but it's fine with me. So yeah, we really need that swamp, though. Obviously, we'd be perfectly happy to draw any land because we can play Demanding Dragon. And if they only have one creature in play, they're put in an awful predicament. So, that's part of the good news about them double blocking there. Okay, if they have no creatures, that's even better. But we don't draw the land we need. So I think we go ahead and play the Instigator. Actually, we might as well just attack. Nah. I think I want to play the Instigator first and just give one of them haste. Reason being, I think it's slightly better if I lose a Goblin token than it is if... Okay. Well, so much for that. We will attack with our Hired Blade, though. Maybe they'll flash in their own Hired Blade. It is certainly possible. Nope. Yeah, taking away our haste is pretty big, though, because both of these threaten so much damage already just from their Enter the Battlefield trigger. If they also had haste, it would just be like a nightmare for our opponent. So... a good Bone Dragon. Okay, so we definitely play our Demanding Dragon, and I'm guessing they take 5. It's not a great situation for them, obviously, but I think taking 5 is better than losing the Bone Dragon. Yeah. All right, so we just end our turn. If we can draw a swamp, we can kill the dragon with Lich's Caress and basically win, but got to draw that land first. Ah, crap. They beat us to it. Okay, we did draw the color of mana that we need, but we got to wait a turn. We will end our turn. Is this going to be something else we'd rather kill? No, I think we definitely want to kill the Bone Dragon. Hits harder after all. Of course, if they attack, I think we probably do kill the Scholar. Because then we can crack in for 5 and then play Vampire Sovereign the next turn. I don't think they're going to attack, though. Yeah. I didn't think it was likely. Okay, you're going to be useful, most likely. Oh, I think I just play Vampire Sovereign here, actually. Can't block either of these guys, but should they ever decide to attack with one flyer, we can kill the other. Oh, crap. Horizon Scholars everywhere. So they have 4 cards in their graveyard. Getting to 7 other cards in their graveyard isn't super likely, I don't feel like. What I need is an Unnatural Endurance. Okay. Well, I think we just play Brawl Bash Ogre here. We need our pump spell, pump our whole team. Give everything haste. So him being able to become a 5/5 is pretty nice, but okay, they're stabilizing and I don't like it. Do they start attacking now? Maybe. They do. Interesting. So should we cast? Yeah, you can make that fairly, you can make it have 4 power. So I think we cast Lich's Caress on Bone Dragon here. Do they have a cancel? Okay. Now they have very few blockers. Question is whether they have disperse. I think I'm going to attack with the Sovereign and the Brawl Bash Ogre. And sack the token to the Ogre. Maybe I should just do the Ogre, huh? Yeah, probably. So yeah, they need 3 more cards in their graveyard before they can bring him back. Searchmare does help them loot. Yes. Sacrifice a goblin token. Does he just get dispersed now? Yeah, probably. I think it was worth the try, though. Should have dispersed our Sovereign, man. God, if I could play Brawl Bash Ogre, and which I can do, I have enough mana. Brawl Bash Ogre and the pump our whole team and get 2 tokens spell, that would be great. Oh, man. Okay, we're in trouble now. We were already in trouble, but it has been magnified. All right, we take 4. We draw a land. We take 4 again. Oh my God. How many Horizon Scholars do they have? Too many. It's a good blue-black deck when you have that many Horizon Scholars. Yeah, we're pretty much toast. We'll hold on to this land, pretend like we can do something with it. We'll take 8, because why not? I mean, we got to draw something to. I mean, we're dead. Yeah, and that's not something. So, we lose match 1. Hopefully we can do a little better in the next 2. All right, match 2. We would like to play first. Solid hand. This is another one where we have to think about land-wise whether we'd like to play the Motivator on turn 1 or have better mana later, assuming we don't draw more lands. I think I lead with the Cinder Barons and just play Instigator on turn 2. Nice. So it is tempting to play the Motivator instead and then be able to play a hasty Hired Blade, I guess. But I think it's probably still better to play the Instigator. Okay, so we're going to attack for 2, and I think we just leave mana up for a Hired Blade here. If we can get the Motivator down before Demanding Dragon, I think we'll be perfectly happy with that. Of course, we may not be able to if we decide, like if we hit land drops and want to electrify something on turn 4, but that's okay. Okay. See, that's the card we really wanted to make. It would have made our deck a lot better. Ah, crap. Well, I didn't realize I was giving up my turn there, basically, by not casting Hired Blade anyway. See if I can overcome that. You'd think I'd know how to play Magic after all these years, right? I don't think it's going to destroy us exactly, but it's not going to be good. Probably should have just left up 3 again for the Hired Blade, actually. Okay. Yeah, here we definitely leave mana up because we have so many options. I think I send in both Goblin tokens. Well, maybe I just send in 1. Yeah, we'll send in 1 Goblin token here. And then we'll end our turn. So if they don't play something we want to Strangling Spores or Electrify, we will just flash in Hired Blade. So seems pretty good to me. All right, we take the 1 here. Another 1. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and kill the untapped one with Strangling Spores. I see what happened. I accidentally... That's what happened to us earlier. So they can sacrifice stuff to save... yeah. They can do that. But then we can just electrify the other one. What happened earlier... I mean, you know, I screwed it up. It's my fault to begin with because I accidentally clicked on that. Usually I have a hold on the end step, and I did not have it. Ooh. Aggressive? Do I go aggressive here? How much longer can Electrify kill this, though, is the question. I think I'm just going to Electrify it. Deal with both those Harpies. And then attack with both Goblin. No, I think we, again, just attack with 1. Having a Goblin token back that can just block their Pyromancer is pretty nice. And I don't really want to block with the Motivator right now because it can do all sorts of stuff for me. So we got rid of both Harpies. Yeah, and they would have been gross with that Doom Dissenter, that's for sure. All right, let's find out if they have a counterspell. I doubt it. Blue seems to be a splash color, but could be. My guess is they sacrifice Doom Dissenter and get a zombie. It's kind of a no-brainer for them. Yeah. And we give this haste and attack with it. Next turn, we can play a hasty Brawl Bash Ogre, potentially, and that'll be pretty nice, too. We can use Lich's Caress if, for example, they play their own dragon or something. Okay, well, that's the second time we've talked about Lich's Caressing something, and then our opponent's like, lol, Lich's Caress. Good stuff. Okay, so I think we definitely play Brawl Bash Ogre here. Give it haste. Attack with it and sacrifice a Goblin token. The reason it's better to give up the token is because if we draw Unnatural Endurance, we can use it on this Instigator and it'll actually do something, give us another token and stuff. So, yes, I would like to use Brawl Bash Ogre's ability. Eat that Goblin. And they don't have any good blocks. They got to take 5, or which is basically their only choice. I was going to say or block, but there's not really a good choice there because they would just lose both their creatures and my Ogre would continue on with his life. Now, I want them to play a bomb that we can Lich's Caress. All right, so I think I just take 4. This being fuel for our Brawl Bash Ogre is too valuable to just throw away, I think. Okay, so we definitely discard Hired Blade. Yeah, we hold on to our removal. Go to 10. There's our planes. So I think we just attack with Brawl Bash Ogre and don't sacrifice anything this time just to get in for 3. The thing I'm worried about is they may follow this up with a Mind Rot. And that would be really mean. No. And if they do that, like, which of these spells would I rather cast? And would I rather hold on to this plane so I can hold on to one of them and make a better decision later? If I throw away the planes, I have 1 card in my deck I can't play. Probably. I do have 1 other white source in my deck. I think it's better to just pass the turn and leave up Electrify, probably. And hold on to the planes in case of Mind Rot so that I can hold on to something. Yeah. I think I would hold on to Lich's Caress just because it kills more stuff. And the life gain right now in this race is very relevant, especially if they Mind Rot me and I go to 6, which is what would happen. If they don't make me discard anything, I probably Electrify this or something with 4 or less toughness at the end of their turn, and then Lich's Caress something else that's of reasonable size on my turn and attack again. I think that would be the plan. I do like this card. Don't think I've gotten to play with it yet. Maybe I don't value it as much as most people. I think it's pretty good though. I just don't really think I've seen very much of it when you know, in an early draft scenario. I know I've seen them late and decided not to take them because I wasn't like in that color or I needed removal or whatever, but I mean, it's a good card. It's a 2-for-1 a significant portion of the time. It has decent stats. It certainly doesn't have good stats, but on top of what it already does and the synergy it has with Mind Rot and stuff like that, like if you have a couple of these, I don't think I would fault you for mainboarding 1 Mind Rot. I think normally mainboarding Mind Rot's not the best plan. It's pretty good against us right now, of course, but I'm not usually a big Mind Rot fan. Act of Treason, that's not good. Menace and all that. Am I going to have to kill my own Brawl Bash Ogre? I don't think so. I don't think I will, unless they have another Act of Treason. Okay. See what they do here. Do they sacrifice anything? I'm guessing no. God, if they do... Okay, so... Trumpet Blast or something is going to really suck, but... Let's just hope they don't have that, right? Kill that, block this. See what happens. If they have a Trumpet Blast, Electrify keeps us alive. And I can... Yeah. Don't like losing my Motivator, but I think that was the right thing to do. And I definitely Electrify this just because of the evasion. Okay, well, that's interesting. That'll do extra damage to us, won't it? So maybe we just Electrify it for the 2-for-1. We hold on to our Instigator. We take 4. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll Electrify this. Nothing happens. It was going to come in play and do 2 to us again. We lose our Motivator and we go to 6. But guess who's coming back? Brawl Bash Ogre. And since I drew a creature, we now have lethal. Right? Yes. Yes, we do. And in a pinch, we can cast Lich's Caress in our second main phase if we need to. So... Attack, attack. Like if they have shock or something here. think that should do it for this game. Yeah. All right. Act of Treason made me sweat a little bit, but luckily we had Electrify to help us out. Nope. Our Demanding Dragon needs to stop dying. I mean, it's nice that it gives us value either way, but come on, stay alive, buddy. Okay, just red mana, bunch of expensive cards. I think we have to mulligan. This one's better, but not by much. I think we keep it. God. All right, I guess I'll hold on to the land. Turn 1 Diregraph Ghoul is something. Basically blanked by Vampire Neonate, but hey, it's something. So Diregraph Ghoul. Okay, just give us spells the rest of the way. That's how that works, right? I get to decide. Apparently not. We'll end our turn. Oh boy. Gets to feed off of that Doomed Dissenter. I think I hold on to Hired Blade here. And flash it in. Yeah. Makes me capable of bluffing more things. We need to draw one of our mini removal spells for that Harpy before it gets out of control. So they'll attack us for 1. Ugh. Does make it tempting to like hold on to Hired Blade just because it'll be more fun to flash it in, but that's not what you should do because you're just wasting your mana. As I did earlier when I forgot to flash the guy in because I accidentally removed that hold. I think I'm going to attack with Hired Blade. Then play Stone Quarry and Onake Ogre. Chances are good they just take it. Alright, play the Ogre. Okay, so do I trade? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to take the 5. Good God. Okay. I think we attack with both of these. So if they have Unnatural Endurance here, I'm going to cry. And they don't. Luckily. I mean, it's still not good, but it's what I expected them to do instead of some other thing. So I think I'd probably take 6 here. I'd probably block the zombie token if it attacks. No, just take the 6. I wish I had Ravenous Harpy for my Dragon Egg, but it'll come in handy either way. I'll attack with Hired Blade. Yeah, they do have a source of inevitability with that Neonate. Alright, so this time I'm gonna block. Get that dragon. Take 2. Well, 4. 2 from this is what I meant. Okay. Ooh. what does that do for us? Does it do some things? I mean, we definitely cast it regardless of whether we actually enable anything here. Probably should have used less red mana in doing it because of our dragon friend, but yeah, well, doesn't matter now. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're just dead to the flyer. We can't do lethal. We'll attack just for fun. If we held on to that flyer, who would have been a 3/3 and hit for 5 on its own, and could have hit for more if I tapped my mana intelligently, that would have been a different story, but yeah, all right. So, still don't think we change anything. We just go to our third game here. I would like to play first. What is the deal with this? Got a mulligan that. Okay, this one's okay. I can't wait till I can get my Dragon Egg haste. Better watch out. I think we bottom this. We're going to draw another swamp, and at this stage of the game, I'd rather draw some more early action than I would a swamp. So, yeah. I mean, I'll need 2 for Lich's Caress at some point, but that's okay. Motivator versus Motivator. We're just going to end our turn, unfortunately. I'm sure they'll play a Pyromancer and give it haste. I would probably block it if they did that. Walking Corpse and giving it haste isn't great news either. Okay, I think we played Dragon Egg, who's going to be a little bit of fun with Macabre Waltz, I would say. I think I just attack with my Motivator here. Get in for that 1. Not like I'm giving haste to the Dragon Egg, as I joked about earlier. So we can just block the Walking Corpse and get a flying threat very early in the game, and then we can get the Dragon Egg back later. Well, that does make our flying threat a little less appealing, but not substantially. Yeah, they're just not going to attack on the ground. Makes sense. Okay, so this is really, really good because we're going to go Brawl Bash Ogre. This is what we dreamed of, and we're going to get to do it. Brawl Bash Ogre, give it haste. Attack. Use the ability to sack our Dragon Egg. Get a dragon. And get in for 5. Drawing that swamp would be good right about now. Okay, in this case, I think we just play Hired Blade, not with Flash. I think we give it haste, and I think we attack with it alone. I guess getting a 5/5, they would have to triple block him. And it's not like I don't have Macabre Waltz. So, interesting. I think I go for it. And we're going to sack the Motivator. To kill it, they would have to block with that much stuff is what I mean. Yeah. See you later, Motivator. I would really like to draw a land to discard to the Waltz, but if it's a swamp, I don't think I do. If it's a mountain, I definitely think I do. Okay, so we drop them to 10, kill one of their guys. So we may end up Macabre Waltzing back, you know, those things, as unexciting as they are. I mean, Dragon Egg is actually pretty exciting. And they're going to drain us. Okay, I like the Electrify. I think we just use it on the Bloodletter. See if they have Unnatural Endurance. If they do, yeah, they do. It does return to the battlefield tapped. We do get drained one, but that means we have a more or less free attack with Brawl Bash Ogre, who we're not sacrificing anything to. Right. Drop them to 9. Like, I'm even willing to trade the dragon right now because I know I can get back the dragon egg at some point very soon. Okay, that drops us to 10. Okay. Yeah, I think we just do Lich's Caress on this flyer. And then I think I'm comfortable attacking with both. No. So if they want to double block and kill him, that's fine. Especially because of Macabre Waltz. If we draw a land, we just play Macabre Waltz, get him and Dragon Egg back, discard the land, and then get back, and then play Dragon Egg. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh-oh. Bog Stomper. Okay. Well, I think we still go with that plan. We get rid of our planes in this case. Yeah, so let's just Macabre Waltz, get back Brawl Bash Ogre and Dragon Egg. Discard the planes. So the question is, should I just attack? I think not. I think playing the Dragon Egg, having it block Bog Stomper is pretty serious value. So I think that's the safer thing to do than just go all in on our dragon here. Plus, if we block with the Dragon Egg, we still have lethal this turn. Well, except they can gain 1 on us. So not quite lethal. No attack, I'm cool with that. Ooh, okay, well, I think we attack with our dragon. And we pump it once, and then play Brawl Bash Ogre. Trash Master is interesting, but I don't think it's really what we want to do. So we have lethal next turn with our dragon. And yeah, so we'll also replay our Brawl Bash Ogre in the turn. Yeah, they go to 5. So I guess we don't quite have lethal with our dragon alone because they can do that one more time. Brawl Bash Ogre can't really attack here. He could do it to give me a dragon, but it hardly seems worth it. Ooh. How about that? Okay, so we're going to attack with our dragon token. And we're going to... Yeah. We're going to pump it once. And twice. Do I do it a third time? I think since I can just kill them with shock, I don't bother. So let's see what happens to our dragon. If the dragon died, then we would be in some trouble. But okay, so I think now we just shock them. It doesn't matter if they gain life in response. Yeah, got there. All right, we are 1-1. Let's see if we can finish up 2-1. All right, this looks like a good hand. We'll keep it. Got a couple dragons. We don't have the ability to play a turn 1 motivator, but it probably won't matter. It hasn't yet when we've said that, so let's just hope it doesn't again. Who is this? Oh, it's Posh. I was going to say, it looks kind of like Karn, but Scarier. Okay, so Goblin Motivator. Could be a mono green deck that's going to slap a Blanchwood armor on this thing. That's not a lot of fun for us if that's what's happening. I've seen a lot of that. Some decks can combat it fairly well. Ours can do an okay job against it, I think, but certainly not a great job. Okay, so we got all our scary flyers, so that's nice. It would be kind of nice to play something else, but by the time we get to play Demanding Dragon and Vampire Sovereign and potentially give them haste, we're going to be pretty happy. Oh, good. Goreclaw. Not so happy about that. It'll be a 5/4 Trampler when it attacks us. Electrify. Oh, all the 5-drops. It was almost an Electrify. We may have to kill Goreclaw with Lich's Caress before we can play anything, because we don't have anything that can effectively block him. I hope they don't get to play a discounted creature first. So we take 7 here. Yeah. We take that 7. Okay, that is good news. So I think that's really good news for us. I think we just fire off Lich's Caress on this guy. Takes us back up to 12. I think our opponent's probably not actually mono green, given how little they've been able to do. They just only have drawn green. So we can play Demanding Dragon next turn. Okay, yeah, they're red too. Dragon and Sovereign, and eventually other dragon, will be pretty nice. Still nothing. I'm surprised by that. Okay, so I can play Diregraph Ghoul and Demanding Dragon. I may as well, right? So I guess first we'll play Demanding Dragon. He has demands. Do you take 5 or give up your creature? Probably take 5. No, they're giving up their... No, yeah, taking 5. Okay, so then we give it haste. And tie up the match, the game, anyway, with all in one turn. Assuming they don't have Plummet or nonsense like that. Okay. And then we also get to play Diregraph Ghoul, which is no small thing, honestly. So, it's a 2/2 on a board where our opponent's best creature is a 2/2, so... Volcanic Dragon. Well, Demanding Dragon's still bigger than you are, buddy. Yeah, they have a... Oh. That's aggressive. That means we win, I think, because of Vampire Sovereign. Do we even have to show them we have it? Yes. Yeah, I mean, I might as well. What the hell? I could show them Havoc Devils instead, but I don't think it makes that much of a difference. That should be lethal. And it is. Yeah, that was... We had all our big flyers and we drew the mana for them. And so as long as we could survive, which we just barely did, we were in pretty good shape. Okay, I think this is a keep. Obviously, it could be better, but we're on the draw. We'll draw into stuff. Okay. So we got Doom Dissenter and Abnormal Endurance, which, you know, is a good combo. It's a nice way to kill a creature and get a free zombie all at once. So our Trash Master has something he can destroy. Got that 3rd land, which is nice. Obviously, oh, they don't want to attack. Let's just say I would have taken 1 there, so... Okay, we have nothing to do. I don't want to use Abnormal Endurance offensively. I mean, it's nice to do sometimes, but it doesn't really seem worth it to me here. Goreclaw's back, but we have Strangling Spores on our turn. to just kill him right away this time instead of enduring a punch to the face first like we did last time. Yeah. I'm glad too because they played that volcanic dragon. Well, they didn't have any red mana at the time, I guess, so they couldn't have played the dragon anyway, but that would be scary if you could. I mean, turn 5 is a huge difference. Druid of Horns. Probably Lich's Caress that before they can start slapping auras on it. I don't have much else to do. Yeah, let's do it. Get out of here. Trash Master can come down next turn. Finally. Okay, well, that's not doing anything yet, but it could do some nasty things later. Okay, yeah, I think we just play the Sovereign and end our turn here. Well, we're going to play this land too. But yeah. We do not want them to start drawing cards off of Colossal Majesty, I can tell you that much. Oh. Maybe I shouldn't have shown them that extra flyer. Okay. Play Brawl Bash Ogre. End our turn. Something that'll draw them a card, probably. Oh my god. Do we have any way left in our deck to kill that, short of blocking with a million things? I don't think we do. And it's going to start drawing them a card, obviously enough. I think I honestly just take this first 10. Sounds crazy, I know. But I think that's what we do. We're at 26. It's not the end of the world if we take 10. Ugh. I bet they have Sarkhan's Unsealing. Their deck would be disgusting with it if they do have it. No attack at all. Not what I was expecting. I need one of them flyers. You're not a flyer. Okay. We'll just end the turn. As they continue to draw extra cards over there, which will eventually bury us, unless we can find a way to stop it. I mean, I can take down Gigantosaurus right now with the help of Abnormal Endurance. I'm less worried about the Hellion. I mean, it'll hit me once and go away for a while. It does have Trample, too, so the idea of blocking it is already uncomfortable. Where are our goblins? Oh, God. So that makes him a 13-13, 3, 6, 8, 9, 11. That's the best we can do is 11 damage to him. So that basically loses us the game. I guess we can play it out, but... Oh, I have Hired Blade, actually. Let's not forget. I actually think this might work out. I mean, it's not going to be good still. Wow, you didn't want to attack with your other creatures? Okay, I'm cool with that. Go, Hired Blade. So 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14. So the question is, what do we use Abnormal Endurance on? Which do we want back the most? God. Now it doesn't matter. Okay, we'll just scoop. Tried so hard. If it didn't have to come back tapped, you know, kind of makes me want to put in Active Treason when I see those kinds of creatures, but no, I still don't think we do. All right, we would like to play first. So they're not mono green, but they are mostly green. I think this hand's a keep, but it's kind of a stinker. Things could go horribly wrong. We have all our dragons again, though. That's something, right? Okay, drawing a swamp there is pretty clutch. I'm pretty good. That's how I drew it. Yeah, if we could just draw all lands, this is another hand where all our big fat flyers are ready to roll and do what they do. Right, so I think we play Dragon Egg just because it can block and be a nuisance, a general nuisance. I mean, sure, it could have flashed in Hired Blade to block that. I guess that was probably better. Okay, we're getting to the mana we need, and that feels pretty good. We'll play our Motivator here. Of course, our opponent's hand is just all plummets, probably, right? Right, so we're going to go ahead and flash in our friend Hired Blade. Now we need to hit a land. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. Even if they kill our Trash Master here one way or another, we can sacrifice it to kill the Diamond Mare, so pretty pleased about that. Okay. I feel pretty good here. You know, even though both of these could die to Plummet, we have, yeah, that's not cool. They get value no matter what, is what I was trying to say here. Did it. Okay, so I think we definitely play Demanding Dragon. Either of these dying. Ooh, you know? Is it worth it? Is it worth sacking my Trash Master and killing Diamond Mare here? I think it is. Oh, it can be any goblin. Which would I rather lose? Trash Master. Yeah, because I want the haste. Oh, yes. To its own ability, yes. So now their choice is give up their 1 Thornhide Wolves or take 10 damage this turn. It's a pretty good choice. Looks like they're going with take 10 damage this turn. Okay. And dropping them to 5 here is big when we have Vampire Sovereign and another 3/3 flyer in our hand. So okay. What you got? Volcanic Dragon? Nope. That ain't gonna do it. I think Demanding Dragon is gonna win us the game here. We could be mean and play our Sovereign too. Is there a reason to do that? I'm trying to think if there might be a 1-mana way for them to stop this from killing them. I think to be safe, I mean, it looks like I'm being a jerk, but I honestly just want to make sure that they're dead. And Vampire Sovereign makes sure that's the case. So give it haste. All right, we go to 2-1 in this one. I mean, I've been doing pretty well in this format, and some of it is definitely that my luck has been above average. That's always true when you're on a hot streak in Magic. You're having some luck, whether you want to admit it or not. But, you know, yeah, I've been enjoying this format. Didn't get the other trophy, but a 2-1 is actually our win percentage was at a level where it's now going to drop when we go 2-1. But that's okay. Usually, you know, it's a good problem to have. Usually going 2-1 is always enough to raise one's win percentage because you went 66%, but ours probably dropped. So that's okay, though. 2-1 or better is my goal, and we've been doing it a lot lately. See you guys in the next draft video.